Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I was about to text you. Once again, I'm just trying to open the PPT. So today we'll study the structure of heart, the layers of heart, and then we can
Yes,
go to
ma'am.
the next part. Hmm. Just a second. You can keep your video on. Uh, where is this? I think we didn't complete last time the chapter, no?
Ma'am, we didn't finish. We finished. We are in respiration, but we didn't finish the session one.
Hmm. We are in
Breathing
respiration.
and exchange of gases. Sorry. Circulation.
டேய் இந்த சாப்டர் படிக்கிறவங்க கூட ஞாபகம் இல்லாம இருக்கியாடா.
Ma'am, no, ma'am. For a second, like I got confused in circulation.
You're still in your school uniform or what?
Ma'am, yeah, I just came from school.
ஐயோ.
Today it got a bit late. That's what. Today I had physics practicals.
Okay. Okay. Who's a host here? I don't know whether this account or which account is a host here.
Ma'am, it's your phone account.
Yeah, A is there, no?
Ma'am, you can just give your laptop permission to share screen and still be host from your phone.
Yeah, no, because I thought it was late, so I thought first I'll log it from here and then I'll do it. Let me make this one the host. Okay, run. ஐயோ ஃபுல்லாக ஹேங் ஆயிடுச்சு ஃபுல்லாக ஹேங் ஆயிடுச்சு because the file is too big, I can't open it from my phone, so I have to use my laptop. There's no other way. Did you go through the textbook?
Ma'am, no time only, ma'am.
Mm.
Every day till 11 o'clock practicals. After that, I'll come back. Then 11th grade physics class, I'll have my tutor will do 11th grade physics for 3 hours till 2 o'clock. Then lunch. And then again, Epsilon's class or Epsilon's test will be there. That will go on till 6:30 because physics 1.5 hours, then chemistry 1.5 hours. Then remaining time, I have to sit and write whatever experiment I did in school that day. Because next day, if you don't show means, then they'll act one weird people they are.
Anyway, this is how it is going to be. You have to
Yeah,
manage that.
ma'am. Only for like 20 more days because after that, no practicals.
Anyway, keep an eye on the updates.
A weekend, I'll do 11th. Yeah.
Not
I
that.
got my board timetable also. May 4th, it starts.
May 4th. Oh.
First is English, then May 13th is physics, then May 18th is chemistry, May 24th is biology, then June 1st is math.
Okay. This week they will release the um, as per the schedule. You're supposed to get the NEET form this week. So just first week of Feb.
Yeah.
I'll also keep a look for it in case.
Thing is, even if it comes out, it's not even that popular. Yesterday, I didn't even know the CBSE thing came out. And then my friend told me, and I saw the news. Yeah, it came out. Like it's not even that popular. No one's like even spreading it on news and all.
Correct.
He just tweeted. He's like, here is the schedule for this thing. Good luck.
Mm. I don't know. Someone is accessing my laptop. It's moving on its own.
Ma'am, you're frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yes, ma'am. On your laptop.
Yeah, that's what I've opened. Talking to you, I ended up opening the wrong chapter. Oh, stop. Okay, I'll anyway start the class. First, we'll start with the basics of the heart. Okay, these are things that you already might be knowing. Like we have a four-chambered heart.
Yeah, left ventricle, left atrium, right ventricle, right atrium.
So auricles and ventricles are the one, they are separated by valves. Okay.
Hmm.
So if you talk about the heart layers, okay, the heart is protected by three layers of tissue.
Hmm.
Okay. So the one that is closest to the the one which is the outermost one is called as pericardium.
Hmm.
Okay, so that means anything that is on the outer side should generally be epithelial tissues and meant for protection.
Hmm.
Okay, then the middle one is called as myocardium.
Pericardium, myocardium.
Myocardium, myo means anything that is myo is something related to
Middle.
contraction.
It's in the
No, no,
middle. Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Myo
yeah,
doesn't mean middle. Meso means middle.
yeah, yeah, sorry. Even myometrium is there. Contract.
Myo means muscle.
Yeah.
So basically, contraction of the myometrium is what like helps in the
Pumping of blood.
contraction. Yes, yeah. So that is the
And before that,
basic
what
stuff.
endocardium? What do you tell before
Endocardium is innermost one.
but and then out after that myocardium.
Yeah, myocardium. Middle is the myocardium. Outermost is the pericardium.
Yeah.
You would have heard this term also, pericardial fluid and all.
Yeah. In 11th.
Yes, still in 11th only.
I know, ma'am. Like I am in 12th no, ma'am, now. So in 11th I heard it.
Like that. Okay. 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 Cool. Looks like if I go ahead with this opening of this, I'm going to anyway finish today. Please open. I started opening this at 11:15. Why the hell is this playing with me? Am I still frozen?
Ma'am, you're not even in call, ma'am.
No wonder. No wonder I'm not able to do anything.
Oh, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't know. I was wondering what is wrong. Anyway, I'll do one thing. Just a second. Breathing. Where is my body fluids chapter? Session 1. Final. Without videos. Thank God. It's not opening. Shit. Basic content design. I don't. Okay. I'll use this version of the PPT. I just need the images. Share screen. Start now. Okay. Let's start.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the layers of the heart. We stopped here basically. I think I ended up by telling you that what is it? Yeah. It's mesodermal in origin. Remember, heart is the organ which is mesodermal in origin.
Heart is mesodermal in origin.
Yeah. So once we start with that, so basically your lungs, I think when we learned about the structure of your lungs, I think I told you that one of the lung has only two lobes, other has three lobes. You remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Which lung has two lobes, which lung has three lobes?
The one that is slightly above the other has 3 lobes.
Which one it is, left or right?
Left.
No, it's basically right.
Ma'am, from to my left, ma'am. Like I'm looking at it, no, ma'am.
No, that is wrong. That means you're not fit to even write neat. How
Ma'am,
can you say like that?
generally, I'm
See,
telling you, ma'am, in exam, I read obviously right lung. From my
no,
perspective,
while telling also, I want you to tell the same thing. Your perspective is not the correct answer. No.
okay, ma'am.
You then you are anatomically wrong when you say like that. So don't do that, okay?
That's a nice way to manage, no?
So always whenever you're telling any structure related answer, make sure you're saying the opposite side of yours. Okay? For me, my Zoom meeting is still on. I don't know why. Anyway. So
You
when
left
we
the
talk,
meeting that time only.
yeah, so the one on the left hand side, that means the one towards your right. Okay.
Yeah,
That
that has.
yeah, that particular one has only 2 lobes. The reason being that the heart is tilted 45 degrees towards the left hand side. Okay, the top of the heart is tilted. So whenever you draw,
two lobes.
yeah, whenever you draw the heart structure, generally it is little bit tilted and drawn, just to show that 45 degrees tilt. Okay, so because of the placement of the heart, what happens is that structure of the left lobe is a little different from that of the right lobe. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And the area where this heart is present, it's called as a pocket. Okay, and that area is basically called as mediastinum.
What is it called as?
Mediastinum.
Okay.
Okay, so when I say mediastinum means it's the
It's the pocket.
pocket-like structure where the heart is present.
Heart is present.
It's also known as heart pocket. So it's present between the lungs. Okay. Now, heart is only our fist size.
Yeah.
So approximately it's 12 centimeters
Still.
in length. So small it is. Okay. Yes. These are the layers of the heart. As I said, outermost layer is called as a pericardium. Okay. And when you talk about the pericardium, there is also like, it's not just one layer. That layer also has a further divisions. Okay. So like the pericardium itself, you can divide it into different parts, 3 different parts. Okay. The one that is like on the outermost side. Okay. The one that is on the outermost side would be like the visceral pericardium.
The one on the outer side is visceral pericardium.
Yeah, a visceral pericardium. Okay. After that, what happens is after the visceral would be parietal. And then after that would be the fibrous pericardium. So between the visceral and the parietal pericardium, there is a gap. And there is where this pericardial fluid will be present.
Ma'am, wait. Outermost layer, that is pericardium. Inside the pericardium, there is fibrous pericardium, parietal pericardium, and visceral pericardium. Fibrous pericardium is the outermost layer of the pericardium.
Correct.
After that, parietal, and between the parietal and the visceral, there's space. That is where pericardial space it is called.
Pericardial space, and it's not an empty space, it's filled with a fluid called
pericardial fluid.
Yes, why pericardial fluid is essential? It's going to give that like a non-friction zone. Okay. So I don't know if you are into all these dramas and all. They generally say that there is a bleeding into the pericardial space and all. So when they say that, basically what happens is when there is any internal a vein cut or a vessel cut, what happens is there
is bleeding into the
pericardial space.
Pericardial. I keep thinking it as intercardial space.
No, it's pericardial space. So pericardium is outermost layer. That itself has 3 further layers. Okay, so that means it's completely working towards your what? Protection of the heart.
Protection of the heart.
Okay. Then we have the myocardium. As I said, myo always means muscles.
Contraction, like myometrium, contraction of uterus.
Yes, yeah. So the same thing is only here also. It is helping.
What is that heart, ma'am?
That's heart only, da.
Yeah, the side hole and all is there.
Side hole and the hole.
Ma'am, towards our side.
It's open. It's cut into half.
Oh,
Yeah. It's actually showing you the clear, this one. The hole on the top is the one through which the iota. It's
aorta.
iota.
Aorta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how the valve opens and closes is clearly shown in this picture.
Yeah. See, it's closing. Oh, closing, opening.
Yeah.
Opening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Opening. Closing, opening.
Just a second.
Damn cute the heart looks.
Very cute, no? And
Joking, man.
Visceral is the one that is closer to the heart. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. I just
And
posted.
tomorrow also we'll have class same time.
Yeah, no problem. Tomorrow is Thursday, no? No issues. Okay. Akshay. So this visceral will be the one which is closer to the heart. Okay, and fibrous one is on the outer side.
That we know, no, ma'am. Fibrous is the outermost pericardium.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Now, coming to the endocardium. So the endocardium would be the innermost layer of the heart.
Pericardium will be innermost layer of the
endocardium. Innermost layer of the heart. Okay. Then question time. I think this is not a question that you won't answer. Outermost layer of the heart is known as
pericardium.
Okay. Now, yes, we'll come to the structure of the heart. I had a better picture for you to understand, but that file is not opening. Anyway, when I'm sending you, I'll send you that file, okay?
Ma'am?
This picture was actually made into a realistic picture. But that picture is there in the other file. This file is the secondary file. Okay. Anyway, I'll send you that file when I am sending. For now, we will learn with this, okay? Because that can be opened only in the laptop, because it's a huge file. Anyway, so yes, like these are the chambers, left, right, ventricles and auricles. You can also call them as atrium. Yes. Then these are all regulated by the valves. What is the function of the valves?
Ma'am, to pump blood.
No.
Transport the blood.
No. They ensure that there is no backflow of blood. That is a major function.
They ensure there's no backflow of blood.
Yeah, as soon as the blood flows from left atrium to left ventricle, the valves will close. So when your left ventricle is contracting, you only think, no, when I'm pressing from down, definitely the fluid which is there down will go up only, no?
So it will prevent the backflow.
Correct. To prevent the backflow only, there is valves. Okay, their function is that. Okay, so it's a single entry. Once you enter, you can never go outside. Okay, so
they prevent backflow of blood.
Yes, correct. Now, okay. So when we talk about the one, okay, from now on, please remember that whenever I say left, that means it is your right side I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when we talk about the left atrium, it's going to receive the oxygenated blood from
left
the
atrium,
lungs.
meaning like literally left. If I'm in, like from my perspective, it's right. That's what you're telling, no?
Yes. Your right is always the left.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about the left atrium, it is going to receive the blood from
left atrium will receive the blood from lungs.
Okay, so anything that is associated with the lungs is called as
pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery. Then right atrium is this thing from body.
From body.
Renal.
No, pulmonary artery is not from the body.
Pulmonary is from lungs.
Pulmonary artery is the one that goes to the lungs.
Pulmonary vein comes from the lungs.
Yeah, let me just complete my statement. Wait. So, whenever we talk about vein is supposed to carry oxygenated blood. But pulmonary vein is the only vein which carries deoxygenated blood. So, why it is named as pulmonary vein?
Because it's coming from lungs.
It is basically anything that goes away from the organ is considered to be vein. Anything that comes to the organ is considered to be an artery.
Oh, you're
So
asking why is it a vein?
yeah, since this we are telling this is pulmonary and it is going away from the lungs, so it is called as pulmonary vein. Okay, so this is the only exception in our body, or the only vein that carries oxygenated blood is pulmonary vein. Okay, and the pulmonary vein has like two end openings into the left atrium.
The pulmonary vein?
Like if you see, the pulmonary vein will split itself into two here. Can you see these yellow ones?
Bah, ma'am, pulmonary
These are
vein.
actually pulmonary veins
Oh,
opening.
both are pulmonary veins, those two yellow tubes.
Yeah. Okay. Then after that, when we talk about the ventricles, okay, the ventricles. So when we talk about size, in size, ventricles are larger than the atrium.
Atrium, yes, ma'am, I know.
Yeah, and the ones that are separating this ventricles and
Septum.
both the ventricles, left and right
Septum.
side, is called
Or
as
heart
septum.
wall.
Yeah, heart wall is septum. Now the thing is that the ones that are like if there is a hole in the septum, that is when the blue baby syndrome can happen, wherein mixing up of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood.
Yes, ma'am, my friend has that.
Yeah, it's called as a blue baby syndrome.
Yeah, you have to keep taking treatment, no?
Yeah. There are operations wherein you can also do certain things for that hole. Okay, so the septa is going to separate your left and your right. What is it? The auricles and ventricles. Okay, so we all, since the septum is present between the atrium and the ventricle, we call it as atrioventricular septum.
Atrioventricular septum.
Yeah. Okay, and yes, so these are the important things that you need to know. Apart from that, yes, this is something that we generally don't concentrate on. Caudate tendinae and papillary muscles.
What is
Okay.
caudate tendinae?
I'll just tell you. So basically, if you see, this is a tricuspid valve, which is present between the right ventricle and the right atrium. Okay, so because it has three cusp-like structure. Cusp is, crescent moon shape. No,
Yes. Ma'am, then where is bicuspid valve present?
that is on the left-hand side.
Oh.
So left-hand side has bicuspid and right ventricle has tricuspid.
Yeah, because right has three lobes.
Three cusp. You can't say lobes, you should say cusp.
No, like right. Oh, yeah, correct.
Yeah, like in
No, I
this
can
image.
remember it like right lungs have three lobes. So right heart has tricuspid valve.
Yeah, you can remember. It's your own way of remembering. Okay, so yes, so the papillary muscles, basically what they are is, they are the muscles to which this caudate tendinae is attached. Can you see here?
Muscle
The
to which
ones,
the caudate tendinae is attached.
caudate tendinae. And this caudate tendinae is a muscle that is further attached to your valves. So this brings me back to this image that you said, cute heart, remember?
What a cutie.
Yes. Can
Yeah,
you
I
see
can see
this?
valvate tendinae.
Yes. So the valves are being pulled and pushed. It's similar to your railway gate concept. You've seen the there will be a what do you say, a thread or something to pull the a string will be there to pull and open the railway gate. Have you seen? So that string is basically your caudate tendinae, and your hand which helps in pulling it is your papillary muscles. So the papillary muscles will contract. Because of that, what will happen? The caudate tendinae will be pulled. And since the caudate tendinae will be pulled, it is attached to what?
What?
Your papillary muscle. Okay. They will contract.
Yeah.
Okay. When the papillary muscle contract, who it is attached to?
Caudate tendinae.
And caudate tendinae is attached to who?
Tricuspid valve.
Tricuspid valve. So what will happen when the ventricles are contracting? Your papillary muscles also will contract. That will cause a pull in the caudate tendinae, and the caudate tendinae will cause the valves to also open. So basically, it's the contraction of the papillary muscle that help in the opening and closing of the valve. Yeah. Is this clear?
Papillary muscles will contract to that chordae tendine is attached, which is
Hmm.
attached to the tricuspid valve. So when the papillary muscles contract, the tricuspid valve basically opens.
Correct. Yes. Okay. And chordae tendineae is also known as heartstrings.
Heartstrings.
Yeah. By the way, it is not only the tricuspid. It's also for the bicuspid. It's
Bicuspid.
present in both the sides.
Hmm.
This is just marked in one side, but it's actually done in both the sides. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And they are basically fibrous cords.
Yeah.
Yeah. They act like a connective tissue.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
And your another name for the bicuspid valve is mitral valve.
What valve?
Mitral valve, MITRAL, mitral valve or mitral valve. Excuse me. No. Okay. So, which is a valve that is present on the right hand side?
Right hand side. Tricuspid.
Tricuspid. Why is it called tricuspid?
Because three crescent shaped cuspid.
Yeah, correct. And what about between the left atrium and left ventricle?
In left atrium, left ventricle, in atrioventricular septum is present.
Check. Valve.
Oh, bicuspid.
Bicuspid. Well, and
Saw that.
what is that valve
Atrioventricular
directly attached to?
chordae tendine.
Also known as?
Heartstrings.
And chordae tendon is further attached to?
Papillary muscle.
Papillary muscles. Okay. So what closes the opening and closing of the valve in Ketangana? This will be the answer.
Ma'am.
Okay. What happened?
No, which one should I write? Chordae tendine.
Yes, chordae tendineae, which is further attached to the papillary muscles.
Papillary.
See, if they ask you which is the muscle that is associated, then your answer should be?
Papillary muscle.
Yeah, because chordae tendineae is just a fibrous structure.
Fibrous structure.
Okay. So that is about your this one. Okay, now bicuspid, tricuspid. Okay, so basically the blood from the heart, the blood from the lungs will move into the left atrium, then left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it will be carried to the body by the aorta.
From lungs, blood will go to left atrium, left ventricle, from left ventricle to aorta, from aorta to body.
From aorta to different parts of the body. After that, it will be carried by the vena cava and brought back into the right atrium.
Wait, what?
So here, see here. So can you see these yellow color lines here? So basically what will happen is that all the veins will combine together and they will form something called as vena cava. Okay, I always tell my students to remember it like this. Cava is generally sewage, no? So vena pona cava is vena cava. That means it has blood that is not necessary for us. So anything that is not necessary for us has to be pumped back out of the heart. Which side of the heart does that work?
Left.
Pumped outside.
Oh, right.
Right, yes. So the vena cava will open into the right atrium and the right ventricle will push this blood back to the lungs via the pulmonary artery. So this purple thing here, no, is your pulmonary artery. Can you see the purple one?
Yeah, from right ventricle to aorta.
Yes. Right ventricle to aorta, va? Right ventricle to aorta, aorta is opening into the left ventricle. Ma'am.
There's one purple thing going straight right below the aorta. And turning right.
Okay, fine. So this is about the in general view of how the blood flows. Anyway, we will be learning this.
There is double circulation, no process.
Yes, that we'll be learning now, like after we finish the structure. Okay, now when you talk about thickness wise, if you see the thickness of your right ventricle is more. Okay. No, sorry, your thickness of your left ventricle should be more. Now, the reason behind this is because what is the blood that is there in your left and right? What is the difference?
One is oxygenated, another is deoxygenated.
Pressure will be more when it is oxygenated blood, okay? So, in order to handle that pressure, that particular thing should also be strong, no? So, always your right hand side is strong, your left hand side is stronger than your right hand side. So left ventricle is way too thicker than that of your right ventricle.
Okay, madam.
Okay, how many times thicker is 3 times
3
thicker?
times thicker.
Okay. Oh, yes. Huh. So next is this grooves and sulci. So same like in your brain also there is this grooves that are present. No,
What grooves, ma'am?
like when you draw the structure of the brain, you see like there will be up and down curvy structure in your cerebrum.
Yeah.
They are called as sulci.
Hmm.
Yes. So even in heart also we have like grooves, like small.
Same name for heart and brain.
So in the case of like grooves, as in like heart is not a plain flat structure. There are curves like this. So if you see here, can you see like small curvy structure? These are called as a grooves.
Yes, ma'am. Wait, ma'am.
The arrow is not pointing towards the this one, the
Blue
veins
color
and
rectangle.
arteries. So don't see that. I am talking about the partitions. Okay, so these grooves are called as sulci.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do you mean by sulking?
Sulking.
Mm.
Like crying, sulking in tears, like that.
Yeah. So whenever you sulk, basically you tend to frown, right?
Yeah.
So sulci means anything that is going deep. Okay, is called as sulcus. So even in your brain also, if you see, brain is like a uphill, downhill kind of a thing. No. So whenever it is a downhill, remember it is sulci, and whenever it is going uphill, it is gyri.
Kairayo.
Gyri, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is with respect to the brain. But when it comes to heart, there is only like a downhill kind of a thing. Partitions are there. These partitions are called as grooves or sulci.
Sulkai. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, it is not a one complete structure. It looks like many things joined together. And when you join things together, there'll be a small partition. No, got the idea of it. And this is not internal, this is external. Okay, that also you have to remember. Hello?
Okay, ma'am.
Mm. Then what is the most
So many
important
names
one?
today.
Yes. Yes. The one, okay. So if you turn the heart, this was a front view. Okay. The one we saw earlier, this was a front view of the heart. When you turn the heart, what will happen is you can see this particular division here between the two atriums. Okay, this groove between the two atriums is called as interatrial groove. So interatrial groove is clearly seen in the posterior view of the heart. Okay, in the anterior view of the heart, you can't see the atrial groove because the aorta is present there. Instead, what can you see? Ventricular groove. Okay, can you see here? What are these? The bottom ones are ventricles, no?
Ventricles. Top one. In front, so in front there is interventricular sulcus. In back there is intraatricular sulcus. Atrioventricular sulcus.
Interatrial sulcus. Okay, and in the front view, you can also see the groove between the
Atrioventricular sulcus.
atrium and ventricle. Okay, so
Yes.
based on so like basically since these are all in chambers, they are joined, so you will have partitions being seen, and that partition externally is called as groove or sulci. Okay, based on where that partition is, you can classify it into 3 types. What are the 3 types of grooves?
Atrioventricular, interatrial, interventricular.
So when I'm looking at the heart from the front, that is the anterior, what all can I
You
see?
can see atrioventricular and interventricular.
And posterior is?
Posterior. That is interatrial.
Okay, very good. The opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle is guarded by?
Right in tricuspid.
Very good. Another name for bicuspid?
Pulmonary.
Pulmonary. Pulmonary. I told you the name also. It starts with B. Sorry. It starts with M.
Oh, the thing.
Me?
Me.
Mitral valve.
Mitral valve.
Okay, so we studied about the structure of heart. Now we'll study about the blood vessels. Okay, so when we talk about the blood vessels, you have arteries, capillary veins. These are known things, right? But the things that you need to remember is arteries are something that will like have a thicker in diameter, but
Yeah,
whereas veins are thinner.
because
Yeah,
of blood, because blood flows in very high pressure, arteries should not break.
correct. Yes. And when we talk about arteries and veins, which will have valves? Arteries will have or veins will have?
Arteries.
No, it is actually
But
veins.
vein, to prevent backflow of blood.
Yes, to prevent backflow of blood. So, see, another reason is in arteries, the blood is flowing with the pressure. No.
Hmm.
Okay. So, there is enough pressure, and also it is being carried from the heart
Hmm.
to majorly to all parts of the body. Now, from the heart to other parts of the body, now, like the only one which has to go upwards or against the gravity is the brain. Correct?
Ma'am, what?
Like heart to brain, there is blood supply. Yes.
Yes.
So when it is going towards the brain, the flow of the blood is against the gravity. Yes or no?
Against the gradient, yes.
Yes. Whenever it is against the gravity, there is chances that the blood can backflow.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the artery, the backflow chances are less because the pressure is very, very high.
Oh,
Okay. So, and a major part of the artery supply is to the bottom part of the body. Yes or no?
major part of?
The artery supplies to the part of the body below the heart. Yes or no?
Huh.
Yes, because the portion below your heart is only like more. No.
Yeah, we told no. A ventricle is bigger than atrium.
What? No, no, no. From the heart, the blood is getting supplied to other parts of the body.
Oh, like that. Yes. Below the
Yeah.
heart, yeah, so many things above the heart. Actually, only brain is there.
Yes. So what will happen is there is no chance of black flow in that case when it is going down the body. No, when the arteries are going down the body. So valves are actually not required in arteries. But that is not the case with the vein. Major part of the blood that the vein is collecting is coming from the bottom part of the body. Yes or no?
Hmm.
So when the blood is flowing in the veins against the gravity and the pressure is very, very low, there are high chances that the blood can backflow.
Hmm.
So to prevent that is why veins have valves, but arteries actually don't have valve. Did you understand this
So,
logic?
ma'am, so basically,
Mm.
below the heart, if you see,
Mm.
not that much is there. Below
And
the
below.
heart, many things are, many organs, many these things are there. So, more veins. But above the heart, it's only the brain.
Mm.
So, it is basically going against the gradient, no? When blood goes to
Against the
brain.
gradient, yes.
So when it goes, there should be no backflow of blood. No, that's why veins have this thing. What do you call it? They have valves.
Yeah, they have valves to prevent the backflow. Okay. Fine. So when we come to the blood vessels, so there are generally the blood vessels are again made up of different layers.
Hmm.
Okay. So yes. So basically, there are three layers. Okay. One is called as tunica intima. Another
Tunica
is called
intima,
as
tunica
tunica
media,
media
tunica
externa.
externa.
The outermost layer is externa.
Yeah, intima. It sounds like normal.
Intima is internal,
Hmm.
and
Media is
media is
middle.
middle.
Extrema is exterma is outside.
Yeah. Now, what you need to remember is that what they are made up of. So the internal layer is made up of squamous epithelium.
Hmm.
This you should have already known. Why? Because when I spoke about respiratory membrane, do you remember respiratory membrane in breathing and exchange of gases?
Respiratory.
Membrane or respiratory surface.
Somewhat, ma'am.
Very nice. I even told you that like the epithelial cells of your alveoli and the epithelial cells of your capillary
Capillary.
along with the basement membrane will form something called
Yeah,
as the respiratory
respiratory
surface.
membrane.
Correct. Remember? So
It
what is
consists of
that?
alveolar wall, capillary wall, and basement membrane.
That capillary wall here we were talking about the tunica.
Tunica media.
intima. Okay, because it is endothelium. We were not talking about the external one. We were talking about the internal one. And what?
Tunica intima.
Intima, yes. And what endothelium was it made up of? It was made up of squamous endothelium.
Squamous.
Yeah. See, there is no much difference between epithelium and endothelium. They are same cells. And if it is present on the outer surface, it's epithelium. If it's present in the inner surface, what is it called?
Endothelium.
Endothelium. So here we are talking about tunica intima, which is present in the inside.
That's what I was wondering. Endothelium. I was thinking.
Endothelium is basically epithelial cells present inside.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, and what is tunica intima made up of?
Tunica intima.
What is it made up of?
A squamous epithelium.
Now we come to the medium one. Media is the middle one, which is made up of smooth muscles.
Smooth muscles.
Okay. And the external one is fibrous connective tissue. Okay. Now the difference between your arteries and veins is like we learned that blood vessels have 3 layers. No. But the thickness of those layers will vary in either of them. That is your arteries and veins.
Wait, what, ma'am? The thickness of?
Like I told you, arteries are thicker when it compared to veins. Okay. Why is arteries thicker? The tunica media layer of arteries is actually thicker in the case of, in your arteries, but in case of veins, it is thinner.
Oh.
That's the difference between, another difference between arteries and veins. So how many differences you learned about arteries and veins?
One, veins have valves, arteries don't have valves.
Okay.
Tunica media is thicker in arteries than veins.
Okay.
And then arteries carry blood from the organ to this thing, and veins carry blood from this thing to the organ.
To the from the organs to the heart.
That is arteries.
Which one?
Ma'am, arteries carry blood from heart.
Carry blood from heart to other parts of the body. Yes.
Veins carry blood from other parts of the body to heart.
Okay. And then this arteries will further branch into thinner branches called arterioles.
Oh.
And veins will branch into further branches called as venules.
Yeah.
Okay. And these two meet together to form the capillary system.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So capillary is way too thinner. Yes. So this is basically the structures associated with this circulation. Okay. Now, when we talk about types of circulation, earlier we learned about types of circulatory system. Remember, open system, closed system.
Closed system.
Yeah. Here we are learning about types of circulation. See, when it comes to human beings, we say double circulation, right?
Yeah.
Because the blood comes twice to the heart. But in the case of fishes, which has only 2 chambers, that is and their blood is mixed up. Okay. In their case and all, you call that circulation as single circulation. Because the blood will not come into the heart twice.
Okay.
It's only once. So if you see this image here, can you see the blood is only flowing once?
Once. It's going from one ventricle to gill. Ma'am, blue is oxygenated or blue is deoxygenated?
Blue should be basically here oxygenated. No, it is deoxygenated.
Blue,
because in the gills only exchange of like how alveoli exchange of air happens. Same way, gills is the place where exchange of air happens in the case of your fishes.
Oh. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, gills are the respiratory structures for them. Okay, so from the ventricle, deoxygenated blood is taken to the gills. Their exchange of air happens, and then that is brought back by the artery into the atrium.
Wait, ma'am. So first, from gills, oxygenated blood goes to body capillaries. It becomes deoxygenated. Goes to heart. From heart, it again goes to gill capillaries.
Yeah, which part of the heart does the deoxygenated blood goes to? Atrium.
First atrium.
Yeah, It's not first atrium. It's just they're telling that there's only one atrium, one ventricle.
Yeah, only one chamber. No?
So this type of circulation is called single circulation. Okay. Then there is something called as incomplete double circulation.
So they have left atrium, right atrium, common ventricle.
Yeah. So in those cases where there'll be like the entire thing will not happen completely twice, but just once because there's only one single ventricle. So this kind of a circulation is called as incomplete double circulation. So if you see from the heart, the blood goes to the other parts of the body, and then it is carried back to the heart.
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are the three types of circulation?
Ma'am, first is only two chambered, single circulation. And then there is like incomplete double circulation.
Then
there is like a complete double circulation.
Okay. And the next one is, yeah. So we'll just quickly revise all the things. So when we talk about circulatory system, open and closed, what is the difference?
Open means blood will flow, like all organs are dipped in the blood. Closed means veins and arteries are present.
And some cases there is also veins and arteries present in the open.
Molluscus.
Yeah, but what is the difference there?
There is no one point is there. No, there is no this thing.
I told you this with respect to a physics example. I told you this.
Ma'am, a potential gradient against that.
No.
Oh, wait. Ma'am, there is something. Wait, ma'am. There is no. Ma'am, there is something is absent. You are told no.
I told that the blood vessels are present, but they are not continuous.
Continuous. Yeah.
Like the closed system. Then structure of heart. So basically, the one that brings the blood to the left atrium is called as
pulmonary. This thing, vein.
And right atrium is called as
vena cava.
Okay, vena cava. There is two. Okay, one is superior and inferior. Lower parts of the body inferior, and one that comes from the upper part of the body is superior vena cava. Okay, and the valves between the your left and atrium and ventricle is
a valve between
left atrium and ventricle.
Valve with left atrium and left ventricle. That is by this thing, bicuspid.
Bicuspid, and all these are controlled by what? There's a string that is there. What is that string called as?
Starts with C. I forgot. Heartstrings. I can't pronounce it.
Chordae tendineae.
Chordae tendineae.
And what about your muscles that control it? Papillary muscles. Which is thicker, your left ventricle or right ventricle?
Left is 3 times thicker than right.
Okay. And yeah, what are the grooves?
Grooves. It's sulci.
Sulci. And what is it actually?
It is like those bulges, those continuous strings, small.
The partitions.
Yeah.
Is it present internally or externally?
Externally.
What are the three types of grooves present?
Interventricular, intraatrial, and atrial ventricular.
At the posterior, what is present?
Posterior, it is only intraatrial.
Very good. Now, yes. So with that, we are done with this session. I'll take up the next session. Oh yeah. What is the difference between arteries and veins in terms of the layers that are present?
In arteries, there is there in way in terms of layers.
Mm.
Uh, um, mm, wait, ma'am. Some layer you are told.
Mm.
I know
What?
there's something.
Okay, first tell me what are the three layers of the blood vessels?
Blood vessel,
Mm.
pericardium, all that.
That is heart.
Huh.
We learned about the blood vessel layers.
Oh, tunica
Mm.
extrema, tunica intima, tunica media.
What is tunica estima made up of?
Extima. Extima is
Mm.
outermost, no.
Mm.
Squamous epithelium, endothelium.
Externa, it's not extima. ஐயோ உன் கூட சேர்ந்து நானும் தப்பு சொன்னேன். Tunica externa.
Interna squamous endothelium.
That is tunica intima, no?
Intima. That's what I'm telling. Intima.
Externa.
Externa is this thing. Tunica. No, it is made up of squamous epithelium.
No. Always outermost structure here is like for protection. So it is basically made up of fibrous tissues.
Fibrous tissues.
Just like your pericardium.
Pericardium.
Okay. And then what about your this one? Oh, what are the three layers of pericardium?
Myocardium.
Pericardium.
Oh, visceral pericardium, fibrous pericardium.
Tell me in the order.
Innermost is visceral.
Okay.
Middle is fibrous.
Outermost is fibrous. Middle is
something, and between the middle and this thing there is pericardial fluid.
parietal is middle.
Parietal, yeah.
Yeah. And the three layers you didn't complete for the blood vessels.
Tunica intima, tunica externa, tunica media.
Media is made up of
some tissue, some cells.
Smooth muscles.
Smooth muscles.
And what is the difference between arteries and veins in terms of these layers?
It is thicker, tunica media.
What is the difference?
It is thicker.
In which one?
In artery.
Very good. Okay, so you got the logic behind it, no?
Yes.
Which has valves? Arteries or veins?
Arteries.
Arteries have valves, no? Very nice. Who has valves?
Oh, arteries have veins. Sorry. You can't confuse me. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Right. Fine. So next class we'll start the next chapter. Next session. Okay. So tomorrow we can have the class at this time, same time. Okay, good. Then we can finish the portion quicker. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Then see you. Go eat something. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Right.